John T for the Boxing Voice. I'm delighted as always to be joined by head of Sky Sports Boxing, Adam Smith. I'm at the Chris Eubank Jr. and Liam Williams first press conference. How are you, Adam?
I'm very good. Very excited about this big fight for December the 11th. Eubank and Williams. It's a fight we've all talked about for a long time. It's a fight that the fans wanted, as Chris said up there, and it's what we've delivered. It's been a collaboration. Obviously, we've got an exclusive output deal with Boxer. A Boxer have worked with Wasserman, who is Chris Eubank's promoter, to make sure that we can collaborate together and put on what I think is the best British duel of the year, and on Sky Sports. So I'm very excited and can't wait for December the 11th, in a week that we've got another big show at Wembley, and obviously a massive night over in Vegas with Terence Crawford and Sean Porter. So yeah, very exciting times for us at the minute.
Excellent. I'll come on to those two events in a minute, but just back to this one. What are your thoughts that a lot of the public are saying it's a 50-50 fight? Do you think that that's the case? And what are your thoughts on Chris Eubank Jr. going to Wales and taking that fight? Some people are saying that's quite brave, dangerous, or do you think he just takes it in his stride?
Well, Chris doesn't think it's a 50-50 fight, does he? Not sure what he thinks it is. It is a pick and fight for a lot of people in boxing. I would put Chris as a slight favourite, but it's Liam's territory. He's the one that's just come off that tough defeat to Demetrius Andrade, but he had a crack at a very, very good fighter at world level. And I think it will tell us more about Chris's relationship with Roy Jones Jr., what he's learnt over the last couple of years. He's had big wins, Chris Eubank Jr., of course, but I think he needs one now, and I think he needs to make a real statement if he's going to get into the mix of the likes of Golovkin and Murata, who, of course, unify just before the end of the year. I think Chris wants big fights. I think he's born for this. And as far as going into hostile territory, I don't think he'll bother him one little bit. Look at his dad, he thrived on that. I think Chris will just turn up and do what he has to do. But I think it's a very, very interesting fight. More importantly, I think it's a very entertaining fight, because I think it's going to be all action. And you add the Needle, the Grudge, they don't like each other. It's going to be fantastic. And I think the Welsh fans will add something down there. I don't think it'll probably detract Chris from his task, but I think it will build an unbelievable atmosphere and a sense of occasion down there, which is what we need with these rivalries. And who knows, if we get a humdinger, we can do it all over again, like the days of his dad and Nigel and Steve and those great nights. And I don't think it matters. It's not for a world title. I think it's just a great fight. It's a terrific duel. It's the biggest, British blockbuster of the year, and it's on Sky Sports. It's not on Box Office, which I'm really delighted about.
Excellent. The press conference wasn't quite as feisty as I maybe thought it would. You can clearly see there's a bit of Needle there. It was mainly Liam that was probably goading is the right word, very softly with Chris, and Chris was just quite cool. Do you think he's trying to get under his skin there?
I thought Liam might be a bit more angry when we started off, but obviously, it depends what day of the week it is, really, sometimes. And if a lot of this stuff's been happening online, it's very different when you're sort of head-to-head, face-to-face. Who knows when they're making weight down in Cardiff, where it will just be a little bit more fiery. But I actually thought what Chris said was really turn the dial up. And yeah, he bit a bit. But look, it's all words, isn't it? The fact is they don't like each other. There is a grudge between them. That adds to the spice. But the key is it's just a great match. It's a great fight, and we're really looking forward to putting it on. And personally, for me, I'm really excited about going back to Wales, because it's been a long time since we've had big fights down there. And over the 25, 30 years that we've been doing this at Sky, we've had some amazing memories down in Wales, obviously with Joe Calzaghe, but back in the day with Robbie Regan and Nicky Piper and Steve Robinson and Barry Jones, Nathan Cleverly, Enzo Macronelli, so many. And I love it down there. And I've got family from Newbridge, and so there's a personal link for me down there, and I've been very close to Joe over the years, and hopefully we'll get Joe out for the night and everyone can really enjoy it, because it's a great happening for Welsh boxing as well as for British boxing with this fight. So yeah, I can't wait to go back there, and I think the key of this is whatever the Needle, the Grudge, the dislike, it's just a really good fight.
Well, we can't wait for.
Enjoy the video. Feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive, from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.